Hey guys, it's Vinessa. We're going to try this again. Something happened to the internet a few minutes ago. So happy Cinco de Mayo, and I'm coming to you from my Savvy Italian kitchen, and tonight I'm going to be making, for the first time, Huevos Rancheros. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is something that Tony and I had for the first time when we were in Mexico for our 30th anniversary, and I just loved it. I had it just about every day. It's a pretty simple recipe, so the first thing I'll do is go over the ingredients. You'll need half a cup of diced onion, half a cup of diced pepper of your choice. So I already have the peppers and onions in the fry pan over low, starting to saute. You'll need half a cup of refried beans, so I just have fat-free Old El Paso refried beans. You will need 2 eggs, a couple of corn or flour tortillas. I like the corn tortillas. These are the smaller, this is the smaller version, about 6 inches in diameter. You'll need, let's see, where did I go? You'll need about a half a cup of salsa. You'll need some cheese. That's optional. I have queso fresco here, and this is what it looks like. You can just get this right by the regular cheese in the supermarket where the mozzarellas and cheddar cheese and so forth. And then for garnish, you can use avocado, or you can use guacamole that's already prepared, a little sour cream. We're going to add some diced jalapeno peppers and some parsley. Now you can use cilantro. I didn't have cilantro on hand. I do like cilantro. Some people don't, so if you just want to use parsley or nothing at all, that's up to you. And then for seasoning, I'm just going to use a little onion powder, salt, ground cumin, and I am going to use a little bit of smoked paprika because I do like that smoky flavor. So this was just cooking spray. I didn't add oil, so I just have the onion and peppers in here just so they become a little bit soft, and I think this is going to come together pretty quickly. Now I'm also going to heat up this smaller frying pan, and I'm going to heat up the corn tortillas. You could also do it in the microwave or the oven, whatever's easiest for you. So let's just, I'm going to add a little more cooking spray to this pan, and our onions and peppers should be done in just a minute or so. So were you guys having anything special for Cinco de Mayo? Margaritas maybe, or any kind of special meal? I know Maureen, I see you on here. You joined us last year. We had a little Cinco de Mayo party here, but when it falls during the week, it's a little bit hard to do it during the week, in my opinion. So we might have a little bit more of a celebration on the weekend. Okay, so this says, I'm reading the directions because, again, this is the first time I'm cooking this. For those of you who are just jumping on, I'm making Huevos Rancheros, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. And it's a traditional Mexican breakfast or a light supper. So I have half a cup of diced onion and half a cup of red pepper sauteing. To that, I'm going to add half a cup of refried beans. Now, a couple of the recipes that I read said that you can add either refried beans and or black beans, whatever you like. I didn't happen to have black beans on hand, so I'm just going to add the refried beans. So these have been cooking for about 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm just going to lower this a little bit. Now, you might want to use oil. I'm just using cooking spray because I'm trying to keep it a little bit lighter. And again, this is an experiment. This is the first time I've ever made this. So you're in here watching me for the first time. So I'm just going to add about half a cup or a little more of refried beans, and we'll let those heat up. Get those in there. And then I'm heating the second frying pan, and I'm going to add corn tortillas. You can use flour tortillas. You can use the larger tortillas. You can heat them in the microwave in between paper towels. I'm just going to do them in the frying pan and let them heat up as we go here on this wonderful, would help if I had it on the right burner. I had it on the front burner. Again, I'll never get used to these electric stoves. So our refried beans are heating up, and while that's heating, I'm just going to chop up a little bit of parsley for garnish. And we'll chop up some lime. You can serve it with a little bit of lime. The lime taste, when you hit it with the lime at the end just before serving, it just gives it a lovely flavor. So we're going to add that. And what are you guys doing? I see a lot of you on here. Anybody got, well, you really can't go out for Mexican unless you order curbside, I guess, because not much is open. We used to go, for those of you up in New Jersey, we used to go to Jose Tejas right in Fairfield. That was our favorite place. So we would go there for Mexican food, and there are a few good places here in Palm Coast also, but like I said, during the week we're just going to cook something at home. So let me just turn over these beans. Everything's sizzling nicely. And then I think we're just gonna make like a bed for the eggs. That's what the recipe calls for. And then you just pretty much place them on the tortillas, and it's all about the garnish. The avocado, guacamole, a little bit of salsa, and some fresh lime and queso fresco. And I think, let me just take a look at the recipe. I think we're supposed to add, yes, half a cup of salsa goes in here. So I just have plain prepared salsa. This I bought at Publix. It's actually very good. So I'm just going to wing it. I'm not measuring. I'm just going to add about half a cup in there and let that come together. I love salsa. I've actually never made homemade, well, no, I take that back. I've made mango salsa, but I've never made the traditional, tomato salsa. So that's something I think I'm going to do on a Facebook Live going forward. And of course, Blaze is barking because it's dinner time, but he's going to have to wait. So I'm just going to flip over this tortilla, and that's toasting up nicely, and then I'll put the other one in there, and I'm just waiting for this to heat up, and then I'll make a little indentation. I'm going to actually come a little bit closer with the camera so you guys can see the stove better. And what a beautiful day it was here. It had to be close to 90 degrees in North Florida. It was just beautiful. The sun's still out, beautiful blue skies. So we were very blessed with some nice weather today. It was rather warm walking though. I usually go walk and or jog, but I'm having issues with my knee. So I wasn't able to jog today, but it was still a really nice day. So let me just take out the other tortilla. I'll put the other one in there and let that heat up. And then that should do it. It should come together pretty quickly. I'm going to hit it with a little more cooking spray. And so now I'm just going to get a big spoon and make a little nest, if you will, for the eggs. And we're going to cook the eggs right in there. So again, this is an experiment. The first time I'm doing this, so you're doing it with me live for the first time. How do you say it? If anybody's on here that speaks Spanish, just inbox me with the pronunciation. I think it's Huevos Rancheros. I think I said that correctly. But if I messed it up, I didn't mean to insult anybody. I apologize for that. Okay, so now I'm going to crack the eggs and put them in here. And you know what? I love experimenting in the kitchen. If you try something and it doesn't work out, you can try to perfect it the next time. Or if you don't like it, no harm done. But can't hurt to try. I'm always willing to try new recipes and new things. So again, this would be pretty good for a breakfast, for a light supper, for lunch. I think it would, serve well for any of those meals. Okay, so we're just going to wait for the eggs to come together, and I am going to add a little bit of onion powder to this, some smoked paprika because I like the smoky flavor, and a little bit of cumin. I also have some ground coriander, but I think that might be a little bit too spicy. And then we're just going to hit it with a little bit of pepper and wait for the eggs to cook. So let's see who's on here. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? I see some of the comments. I see my cousin Rich, my girlfriend Nay, Lisa, Pia, Stephanie. Steph, did you see the recipe for the beer bread? I know you were waiting for that. We did a cool experiment with beer bread Sunday, and it really turned out pretty good. I'm going to tweak it a little bit, and maybe, actually that would have been a good thing to make tonight with some cheddar cheese and jalapenos, so maybe I'll make that another night. So let me just check out these eggs because we don't want them to be runny. They definitely need to be cooked. And then we'll get ready to put this on the plate. I guess it's kind of like I guess you could almost call it like a hash too. That one browned up nicely. Look at that. That one's perfect. I might have to throw the other one back in. And while we're talking and my eggs are finishing up, I'm just going to cut open the avocado. And there you go. Pretty avocado. It's perfectly ripened. So nothing fancy. I'm just going to scoop it out. Hopefully it'll come out in one piece. And again, don't mind Blaze. It's dinner time. So, okay, so that avocado came out in one piece, and I'm just going to slice it. I love avocado. It is one of my favorite foods of all time. I can eat it just about any way. Okay, so let me get a dish towel. So for those of you coming on, I'm making Huevos Rancheros. I think I pronounced that correctly. This is some refried beans, salsa, onions and peppers, a little bit of eggs. So I'm just waiting for the eggs to finish up. Let me see if I have I wanted to see if I have I don't think I have a lid that's big enough to fit over this to steam the eggs. So we'll just do it like that. That might finish off the eggs. And then we're going to top it off with some queso fresco. And this is really good. It crumbles beautifully. It's very salty, so be careful, you know, of how much salt that you use with this. And then we're going to add a little bit of guacamole, some chopped jalapeno, and some avocado. So I'm going to take this tortilla out and put the other one back in there. And still waiting for our eggs to cook up a little bit. It looks like this needs a little more cooking spray. Again, this is an experiment, the first time that I've made it, so we're just winging it as we go. Oh, Steph, oh, you did, yes, try the beer bread recipe, definitely. But Steph, look at my comments, because the recipe called for a full stick of melted butter to be poured over the top of the beer bread, and I think it was too much. Next time, I think I'm going to use half a stick and mix it into the batter, and then maybe you can just dot butter on the top. So if you try it that way, let me know how it works out. Okay, just wait. The eggs are almost done. I just don't want this to burn, and we want our eggs to be cooked through, because nobody likes runny eggs, at least not me. And I'm going to flip over this tortilla, and that one's getting a nice color too, so that should be pretty good. So I'm not much of a margarita drinker or a beer drinker. Oh, hi, Andrea. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you too. Did you guys get a load of Blaze's picture? It was from a few years ago. He had his little sombrero on. I actually have another picture of him with the big sombrero on. But that picture cracks me up. It was from Tony's, I think it was his 50th birthday party, which was a Mexican theme, obviously. And we put that little hat on Blaze, so that was a lot of fun. So if you guys can see that, it just has another few minutes. I just want to make sure those eggs are cooked through. And then we're going to put them serve them right on top of the tortillas. I'll scoop a little bit on each. We'll put some cheese, avocado, parsley, jalapeno, and a little bit of sour cream and guacamole. And the most important part, in my opinion, the lime. The lime gives it a really nice flavor, so we don't want to forget that. So this is going to be really, really good. Okay, let's see these eggs. I think we just need another minute. They're a little bit undercooked, not quite poached enough. So Steph, yes, definitely let me know if you make the beer bread. Let me know how you like it. That actually, you know what? Let me show you guys. I have a little bit left here because I didn't show the full, I don't think I showed the full loaf. So for those of you who didn't see it, this is the beer bread. So it was nice and crusty on top, and it's still very moist. You could see how it breaks apart there. So that was really good. This is probably going to be really good as French toast. I don't know if I'm going to make it with this loaf, if it's going to last long enough, but definitely going to try it with French toast. Okay, so I think we're about done here. Let me get a spatula, and then we should be good to go. So I'm just going to serve just one of the eggs on here. Okay, let me just get my plate, and I think that's how you do it, just right on top. Try not to get it on the stove like I just did. And let's get the other one on here. Oh, this looks really good. It did burn a little bit on the bottom. Again, that electric stove. Okay, so let's just get this on here, and then I'm going to add, I would have been better off with a spoon, a little bit of cheese on top. So a little queso fresco, some chopped jalapenos, a little bit more salsa, not too much because there's enough salsa in the mixture, a little bit of sour cream, and this is all optional. You don't have to add the toppings if you don't want to. I'm going to skip the guacamole since I have the avocado, so we'll just put the avocado on here. A little lime juice, let's use this. There we go. Little lime wedge and some parsley, and there you go. C'est la vie. Is Tony making me a margarita? No, but Tony might make a margarita for himself. Andrea, he likes margaritas. Tequila and I had a really bad experience years ago, so I really don't drink tequila. I'm just more of a wine drinker and maybe a little vodka, so he might enjoy a margarita later, if not over the weekend. So let me get a fork and taste this. It's very hot, and I'll be sure to post the recipe, so let's just see. Okay. Get a little bit of everything on there. Okay. Oh, it's good. Oh my goodness, really good. Oh wow, you definitely need to try this. Excellent. So I'm going to post this. So here's what I'm going to do going forward. As most of you who saw my live on Sunday know, that our website is ready. It's up. It's savvyitalian.com. We're still tweaking it a little. I can't even talk. We're still tweaking it a little bit. There's about 60 recipes on there right now. It's really cool because they're all in categories under appetizers, beef, poultry, sides, vegetables, you know, breakfast. This will probably be added on the breakfast part of it. So going forward, I'll post the link for the recipe in the comments when I do a Facebook Live or if I post a picture of the recipe. And then this way you can get right to the website and it'll be in a version that's printable and just easier to, you know, to read and copy. So that would be great. So I hope you guys are having a good evening. Thank you for watching. If you want to set your notifications so you know when we go live, that would be great. You could do that. And if you want to hit that little arrow on the bottom to get this over to your page so you'll have the recipe and to share it for us, that would be appreciated too. So I hope you guys have a good evening. Happy Cinco de Mayo, and I'll see you in the kitchen later this week. Take care. Bye-bye.